job was hard, mine is harder because now I have to go last. Uh, I thought it was actually fascinating to hear from Mr. Krishnan first of the very technical and specific issues around our own state and our ecosystem. Then to get that kind of expanded to the global perspective on wind and renewable energy by your council's chairman. And then to have from the Trade Commissioner a kind of fiscal and policy perspective, but again at a continental, at a country level. So maybe I get to take it back down to the kind of state level as a subset of what the Commissioner has just talked about. Our Prime Minister has set a goal that we should be a renewable energy country by 2070. Now, though we come from different political philosophies, we respect the office of the Prime Minister. We welcome his statement. We wish it was a bit more concrete, because if you set a kind of broad goal that's, 50 years in the future, it's very hard to track progress without concrete milestones along the way. In the case of Tamil Nadu, realistically, if India is going to be energy neutral or carbon neutral by 2070, then we have to get there by 2050 for multiple reasons. One, because we are one of the largest, most developed states in the country, and we need to, if we look at other measures, we're so far ahead of the average that we'd have to get there faster for the math to work for India to get there. Two, also because I think currently we are a leader in the country in terms of the percentage of renewable energy. Now, part of that is the good fortune of being in the right place at the right kind of transition away from fossil fuel to renewables. But as again was pointed out by Mr. Krishnan, we've been doing this a while. I think in the wind energy, onshore wind, Tamil Nadu was a pioneer. And that gave us a leg up, and solar has also been good to us. We're in the right place. So you add those together, and I think we're somewhere north of 35% right now. At a philosophical level, we have two kind of problems with the current renewable energy framework, in that our demand varies somewhat seasonally, but mostly during the day based on industry versus domestic consumption, so forth. Whereas our supply varies partly because of the time of day, partly because of the time of year, because the wind patterns change quite a lot, at least on onshore wind. So our ambition is to eventually get to a place where we get the bulk of our energy from renewables, and we hedge ourselves for fluctuating demand, I think, with close to the coast where we can ship in LNG if we needed to, and have some kind of gas plants as the backup, because it takes too long to fire up and cool down, other types of plants like coal, and not as clean as well. So we're making slow progress towards this. We should be accelerating. I think conferences like these, partnerships like these, help us get there. As was mentioned earlier, we have a good ecosystem in multiple ways. We have a strong manufacturing base. We have existing wind companies, wind turbine companies, tower companies. We have a natural kind of requirement, right? We are not only one of the largest states, we're one of the more densely populated states. So, there's a shortage of land, and we're always happier to do things offshore than onshore. From the main kind of role that I play from the financial perspective of the state, I would say we're rapidly repairing several years of decline, and I've just concluded the supplementary budget session yesterday, where we have shown that despite having the second wave of COVID, the third wave of COVID, some extreme rain, plus fulfilling a whole bunch of campaign promises, we have brought the fiscal deficit down from 4.61% of GSDP in 2021 down to 3.38. I dare say an unprecedented reduction during COVID times. So we are well on our way to becoming kind of revenue neutral, and therefore much more accelerated capital spending. I keep making the point that we are not really capable of spending or accelerating spending in conventional ways more than, there's a natural ceiling. We cannot lay roads faster than 20 or 30% year over year, or lay pipes. Really, we need to think of other ways to do fiscal investment stimulus. And I think renewable energy and other kind of innovative ways that we can deploy capital would be a good fit both ways. It would help accelerate the deployment, and it would be a good use of our resources as a developing economy. I think in particular for high technology, relatively innovative projects like offshore wind, we are very, very keen on PPP models where the state has a role to play, has the financing to contribute as an equity player or as a kind of senior debt or mezzanine investor, and we take the expertise and the skill sets and the experience that private players can bring. So for all those reasons, I think it's a very opportune time that this event is taking place, that the High Commissioner, Deputy High Commissioner is hosting today, and the senior officer from London has come down from the Union government. We are, of course, a bit hamstrung by the speed at which regulation and policy is set in Delhi, because this is something that is regulated by the Union government, not directly by us. But my guess is that once they open the gates, we will accelerate faster than most. And we hope they'll open the gates soon. The horses are getting a bit restive in the box, shall I say. With that, let me, on behalf of the Chief Minister of the Government of Tamil Nadu, welcome you all to Chennai for this event, for future investments, for partnerships. We look forward to working with you and together achieving rapid progress in making the world a better place and our energy much cleaner. Thank you.